Hello, I'm Bradley and welcome to my channel. In a world where we can do anything we put our minds to, let's be considerate, and I don't just mean holding the door open for others. When I talk about let's be considerate, I mean that somebody who lives with a disability, my hearing every single day, let's be considerate to other people in terms of what they actually are going through, what they're dealing with on a daily basis. You don't need to know the whole picture, just be considerate. If you can see that somebody is perhaps needing to take their time in a little bit more of a situation, whether it be in communication or whether it be physically, be considerate. Be considerate and allow yourself more time to be able to educate yourself, and it can just be an extra 5 minutes to think, okay, I can clock that person now. It looks as though that I'm going to have to adapt my way of speaking, and just be polite, be respectful about it. Or perhaps if you're in a situation, just take a couple of seconds. If you're going to go past somebody, am I going to be unknowingly rude by just going past somebody a bit quicker? I walk with quite a limp sometimes, sadly, because of the problems I've had through different surgeries. Not every single day, but sometimes I do. And sometimes when someone just quickly bypasses me, but just in the way they do it, and sometimes a little bit inconsiderate, it makes me feel awful. It makes me feel really quite sort of almost down within myself, but yet I've got nothing to be down about because I'm a human being and there's only one of me in this world, as I say to all of my subscribers and my friends. And on that fact alone, we're amazing because there's just one of us. Sometimes by taking a little extra time to understand the situation we're in, sometimes to educate ourselves on how we can support others and how we approach others, sometimes simply passing somebody in the street or in a corridor or in a building, just the way you do it can sometimes be quietly quite inconsiderate. Sometimes the way we approach a conversation can be hugely inconsiderate. If somebody's got a hearing issue, like which I live with every single day, just because I have a hearing issue and you see I've got hearing aids, do you know what? People at work do this to me and they start speaking to me with their mouths and speaking like this. That's not considerate at all. When I say about let's just sometimes take the time to educate ourselves when we go into a situation, this could be in a shop, it could be somebody who's just doing their job in an incredible way, but yet you notice that perhaps they're having to adapt the way they do it than what perhaps somebody else might be doing it. It's none of our business, and it doesn't matter because they're unique, they're incredible, and they're amazing, and they're doing what they know in their best ability. But it could just be a little bit more different, so we need to be more considerate, we need to take our time, we need to educate ourselves, we need to be respectful, we need to be kind. It's all about just taking those few extra seconds or those few extra minutes in a situation to think about how we're going to make that other person feel with how we do something, or how we just simply maybe walk around somebody, or how we speak to somebody. You might not even know the person. And you know what? Some people don't even know they're being inconsiderate, because sometimes just the way we approach or how we present ourselves to people can actually make somebody feel quite vulnerable, especially if they've got something like a hearing issue or a sight issue, or perhaps the way you present yourself in a situation or how you move around somebody in a situation. Me, for example, the way I walk can make me feel quite vulnerable at times. If there's like a gang of people and they just walk quite quickly past me, it could actually mean that they're not actually taking any notice of me at all, but it's just the way I'm feeling. It could be just the way that I've perceived that situation. So sometimes being considerate can actually be, do you know what? Let's give that person a lot more extra space. Do I need to do that in that split second? Do I need to come up to them so close? If perhaps I can notice that they may be a little bit of a struggle, they're walking a little bit differently, or in a situation when I'm speaking to somebody in a shop, do you really need to open your mouth and speak like that? Because actually, as long as you're looking at my face, I'm perfectly fine. There's not a problem. Again, let's throw this a little bit more wider. We've all got family members who sometimes aren't that considerate, and they get complacent of what people deal with in your own family. Now, of course, not your parents or your grandparents, but let's be honest, you probably got a sibling, or you probably got an uncle, or maybe an aunt, or maybe a cousin like it. We can all not knowingly, sadly, be rather inconsiderate to other people's feelings, let's be honest, other people's health, other people's what they're going through, other people's situation. Just giving somebody consideration is one thing we should all choose to do. And at this special time of year which we're approaching so very near now, it's nearly the 1st of December, so those floodgates open for this most magical holiday season of the year, and I absolutely love it. Hope I said that right. Most magical season of the year, the holiday season. I always find that everybody's just rushing around, but yet people seem to be a little bit more open, a little bit more supportive, a little bit more warm and fuzzy inside, a little bit more caring. So hopefully when we all approach this season, and I know we're all going through something, so sometimes we can not knowingly be inconsiderate, but yet actually it's because you've got so much going on in your mind, or you're quite stressed out, perhaps you're dealing with something quite stressful, and yet not knowingly you've unintentionally come across somebody and you've been rather inconsiderate. Sometimes if you notice that, it's the most amazing thing in the world when someone actually recognises it and they turn back round. They say, oh, I'm really sorry about that. I apologise. Or they own the situation. They ask the person, are you okay? I've had that happen to me actually, where people have not knowingly spoken like that to me with my hearing, and then they've picked themselves up on it and they've apologised. I love that. Straight away, you're showing consideration. You're showing that you care. You might not even know that person, but you care. So on this most magical time of the year when we approach that, let's open our hearts a little more. Let's be a little bit more considerate. Let's be a little bit more caring, a little bit more loving, even though if you don't know the person, give them your time. And remember at the end of the day, whatever you're going through, storms pass, my friend. And simply remember that there is only one of you in this incredible world, and just that fact alone makes you amazing. So in a world where we can choose to be absolutely anything, okay, and I'm saying that because it's my two nieces and nephew share a birthday tomorrow, two of which are twins, bless their hearts, are going to be turning 13, and my little niece is going to be turning 5. So they can do anything, and I tell them that. Not my 5-year-olds so much, we're not there yet, but the 13-year-olds, put your mind to it, you can do absolutely anything in this world. Apply yourself and you can do absolutely anything. So as to all of us, we can do anything we want in this world. And just quite simply, surely we can be considerate to others if somebody's going through something. And if you hear at work somebody's going through something or they've lost somebody, there's so much tragedy goes on in this world. Just look back at what's happened, 2024. We all know what's going on in the world, the war, the hatred, all the heartbreak, what's around us going on when we turn the news on. Sometimes just giving somebody a little bit more time, a little bit more consideration, we're putting that goodness out into the world. We're giving that confidence back in humanity. It gives us that confidence back in humanity, that people are good. We get so used to hearing all these negative things. People are good, my friend. So spread it. Spread the word of consideration, love, care, and kindness. And on that note, in a world which we can choose to do absolutely anything, let's just be a little bit more considerate. On that note, God bless, take great care, and I look forward to seeing you real soon. Bye now.